And welcome back. Today, just taking a mellow day, wanted to talk to you guys about ranking the Disney parks. Like, what is the Disney parks? What's the best ones? And I wanted to give you guys a good overview of, yeah, just what's the best, what's out there, what you can find. It's pretty interesting how people always want to know, like, what is the best, but it's kind of hard to really answer that without fully understanding, like, why are you asking that question? Why is it the best? Because of what? Space Mountain, Jungle Cruise, what is it? So this video, hopefully I get to answer some of those questions. I want to give you guys here a good view. Check this out, pretty amazing. Okay, so let's start this. I actually made a list, and that way I don't mess up some of the rankings. I'm gonna do a scoring. I'm gonna put a little score thing down here towards the bottom, that way you guys could see it. So when it comes to original attractions, and it's pretty interesting with original attractions because, you know, some of them are Space Mountain, Jungle Cruise, Big Thunder Mountain, Haunted Mansion, and Pirates. So I always get that question of which one has the most of those. If I am missing an original attraction that you feel should be here, leave me a comment below. Let me know which one we should include, and I'll answer your question, let you know which park has the best one. So Shanghai, they have the best Pirates, hands down. It is very immersive. It brings you into, like, the world of Pirates. There's this huge screen, and it feels like you're going under in the water and then above the water. It is just amazing what they have, and it's really, really good. They don't have a Haunted Mansion though. Shanghai does not have a Haunted Mansion, and they don't have Big Thunder Mountain or the Jungle Cruise or Space Mountain. So yeah, that's the only original ride that they have, but it's extremely good. Hong Kong, they don't have Pirates or Haunted Mansion. They have something else which is pretty good, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. The rest of the rides are pretty good. Paris, no Jungle Cruise, and the worst Space Mountain, big time. There's a lot of people that was saying that they were actually dizzy from being on Space Mountain after getting off that ride in Paris. So yeah, but Paris does have the best Haunted Mansion. Their Haunted Mansion seems very, like, spooky and grungy, and like just like an actual Haunted Mansion should be. It's not really cartoonish. It's very dark. It's very, very creepy on their Haunted Mansion, but it's great. When it comes to Orlando, they have the longest Thunder Mountain out of all of them. It is extremely long. It's a lot of fun, and I think it comes up like 3 times, and you have, like, really some pretty good falls and stuff, some pretty good dives. So pretty good when it comes to Orlando. Tokyo, Jungle Cruise, the longest out of all of them. They have a really good Jungle Cruise. The guys are very good with the jokes, and it seems more like you're in the jungle, like you're going into the jungle. It's better. Of course, California has all the best ones because that's, you know, we're comparing all the original attractions to the original park. The one thing about California is I wish they would start updating stuff. So Haunted Mansion in California is very unique. It's very cartoonish, and they try to pack it in as much as they can. They do theme it out during holiday season, which is great. Some of the other parks don't do that. Jungle Cruise is basic, a little small and short, but again, the jokes make it the best. And yeah, Pirates need some updating. Just everything just needs some major, like a major overhaul with California. And I think with today's technology, they can definitely do it. So, okay. The next thing is, so right now we have California ranked #1 when it comes to original attractions. So as you can see here, I'm putting all the scores down, that way we're keeping up. The next thing is Fantasyland. The reason why I'm bringing Fantasyland is because, well, you go to Disneyland for the kids, basically. I know some of us adult kids are going out there and we want to enjoy some of the more thriller rides, but you know, even as adults, like most of us, I would say, really do like Peter Pan or Snow White or whatever it is. So we want to know, where are those ranked? So here we go. Hong Kong, they have the Philharmonic, Winnie the Pooh, Fantasy Garden, Teacups, Small World, and that's pretty much it. Their Fantasyland in Hong Kong is extremely small and they are lacking on so many rides. It's kind of a bummer because they do have the space to do it, but they need a lot of upgrades. Shanghai, they have Alice's Maze, Honey Pot, it's kind of like the Teacups. They also have the Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan. You can go inside the castle, and they also have the Seven Dwarfs Mine, which I don't think that's a kid's ride, but it is in their Fantasyland. Shanghai has a lot of different type of rides, and I would rank them number 5 out of the 6 because they are lacking on a lot of stuff. So their Fantasyland does need work. Now, the next one, this is ranked number 4, Paris. They have a Small World. They have Alice's Maze, Casey Jr., Dumbo, Carousel, Pinocchio, Teacups, and Peter Pan. It does seem like Paris is trying a little bit when it comes to their Fantasyland. Again, it just feels like, okay, like I have a couple rides here, but I'm kind of missing some of the classics. So yeah, there we go on that one. The next one, number 3, Tokyo. They have a Small World, Teacups, the Carousel, Snow White, Beauty and the Beast, Peter Pan, Pinocchio, Winnie the Pooh, and the Philharmonic. Tokyo seems like it's definitely a lot bigger and they're offering a little bit more. They do have the space to make it even bigger, and the technology over there is pretty good. I know someone's already saying like, what about Beauty and the Beast? Like, Beauty and the Beast is pretty cool. It's not in Fantasyland though. You gotta walk out of Fantasyland to get to that ride. But yeah, Fantasyland there, it's not bad. It's good, but it's not bad. Okay, so this is the top 2. So ranked in 2nd place, I have Orlando. They have the Teacups, the Little Mermaid, Winnie the Pooh, Small World, Peter Pan, Philharmonic, they have the Carousel. They have tons of stuff in a very small area, but because the area is so small and tight and they have everything packed into this like one little strip, to get to certain areas, it does feel like you have to go out of the way a little bit to get to some of these rides. Their Fantasyland is really good, but I was very surprised that it's actually that small and they're not including more. So very interesting. Number 1, I have to give it to California. California does not have the amount of space. However, they do have Casey Jr., they do have Small World, Casey Jr., Carousel, Pinocchio, Snow White, Peter Pan, Teacups, Alice in Wonderland, which you can't find anywhere else, and the Toad's Wild Ride, which you can't find anywhere else. And they have a bunch of other, I know I'm missing like a bunch of like little rides here and there, but Disney's Fantasyland just feels more complete. It just feels like, yeah, this is like, it has a good amount of stuff in there. So I gotta give the number one spot when it comes to Fantasyland to California. So next category, here we go. Next category, original attractions. People are gonna say, okay, you know, what is original about some of these parks? So ranked in 6th place, sadly again, is Hong Kong. They just opened up Frozen Land, so I know there's a lot of stuff in there that I still need to go check out, but they do have a ride called Mystic Manor, which is similar to Haunted Mansion, but way better. They use that same technology, very similar to the Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, or the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Train, where it's like a puck, and it's almost like a magnetic puck that moves you around. That Mystic Manor, which is the Haunted Mansion, but more of there's a story going on there. A monkey gets in there, opens up Pandora's box, and pretty much everything comes to life. Love the ride. I got on it several times. Okay, ranked number 5, Paris. They have 2 parks. There's a lot of constructions happening right now though. They're building out a new land in Hollywood Studios. Kingdom of Arendelle is coming, and then their Marvel campus seems more complete. When I did walk into their Marvel campus, they do have a roller coaster there. I think it's with Iron Man and Captain Marvel, I believe, or Captain Marvel and somebody else. I forget who it was, but the roller coaster was actually a lot of fun and it was pretty cool. So I actually enjoyed that one like quite a bit. So I do have to say their Marvel campus is more complete. They do have to do a lot of work though again, with some of their park rides, it seems like they're missing a lot. And I know there's a lot of construction, a lot of building, so we're probably gonna get to see a lot of that pretty soon. Number three, I should say number four, Shanghai. They have the original Tron, which, like, I was just amazed. Zootopia Land, which just opened, which looked amazing. The fireworks show is just incredible. They have the biggest castle and everything. And then also, I was mentioning earlier, even though Pirates of the Caribbean is part of the original rides, this ride is so unique that you just have to go see it. So the other thing too is this park is massive, so they're gonna do a lot of stuff with this thing, and I mean a lot of stuff, so pretty nice. Okay, here we go. We're getting to the top three. So ranked number three, I'm giving it to Tokyo. They do have two parks. Disney Sea has tons of original attractions. You can go pretty much all over that park and you're gonna be like, wow, that's new, that's new, that's new. And they also have that new Beauty and the Beast ride in Disneyland. That ride is incredible. They put you inside the Beast's castle and Belle, and you just kind of go through the whole process of, you know, like how the movie works. But the way they did it was just so tasteful and fun and just enjoyable. So make sure you guys do check that ride out when you go. Okay, now ranked number two, I actually have California here. They also have two parks. California Adventures has tons of original rides. I know they've been doing a lot of updates. California Adventures has always been like just that park that they're constantly working on because they're trying to get certain things right. They're changing themes, but the new themes that they're adding, the new stuff that they're adding just keeps getting better and better and better. Also, in my personal opinion, World of Color, their light show, fireworks, the water, all that stuff is the best show out of every single Disneyland park all around the world. There's nothing like it. And what they do is just amazing on that World of Color. Shanghai does something similar with their fireworks on the castle with the water, but World of Color in California is just like next level. The main park, they're also building that new Tiana ride, which is coming soon. Of course, Rise of the Resistance is super new and it's very, very popular. So yeah, and I know someone's gonna ask, well, so you're talking about Tiana's ride. That's because they closed down Splash Mountain, which they're also doing that in Florida. They closed it down in Splash Mountain. They're building that new Tiana, but you can still do Splash Mountain in Tokyo. So if you wanna see it, that's where you wanna go. Rank number one, Orlando. I have to give it to Orlando. They have 4 parks, not including the 2 water parks, and they just have a lot, and I mean a lot to offer. Lots of original rides at almost every single park. There's certain lands that only exist in Orlando. You got that Avatar ride. You got the new Guardians of the Galaxy Rewind ride, which was one of the best roller coasters I've been on for Disney. It's just great. Like that Orlando, with everything that they have the space, the room, the parks, everything. The only thing I would say, even though I am ranking them number one, because they do have a lot of original rides, they need to update a lot of old stuff. So hopefully they do that. Okay, next category, merchandise. You know, people are gonna be like, what about the merch? Because when you go there, you wanna buy something. Paris is the worst. Ranked number 6. And when I mean Paris is the worst, that's all I have to say about that. I don't wanna get into detail, but yeah, it is the worst. I was just trying to look for a hat, just a regular baseball cap that said Paris on it, and it was a freaking mission to find it, and their selection was slim to none. The Disney pins that people collect, again, slim to none. So yeah, number 5 would be Hong Kong. It's better, but it's not great. I do feel when you go there, you have more variety. You don't have a lot of stores. The few stores that they do have, they have what you're gonna want. You guys are gonna be surprised on this next one. Number 4 is actually Tokyo. They have a decent amount of stuff, but the pins, like again, like I like to collect Disney pins. It was, I don't even think they had very few. It was very, very, very few. They had like a lot of like kitchen stuff, cups. Yeah, it was just missing a lot of things. They do have quite a bit amount of stores, but again, I'm just kind of like, man, like you guys should be having so much more. Again, with Japan, the way they shop, it's different than like the States does. Like they don't just sell stuff just to sell stuff. Like a lot of stuff they put out there is with a purpose, but I kind of wish they would add some more stuff just because people like like a lot of visitors like me, like want to come there and buy certain things. Okay, here we go, top 3, Shanghai. Shanghai is number 3. They have a lot of stores, and I mean a lot of stores. It was also kind of hard to find hats. They do have some exclusive items there. I was able to find a hat there that was nice, and they got lots of sweaters, jackets, shirts, but tons of stores there. So yeah, if you guys want some good stuff, also check the Disney stores, like another tip if you guys are looking for stuff. Number 2, California. They pretty much have everything. You could go there and find virtually whatever you want. They have several, they don't have as many stores as Shanghai does, but they do have tons of options there to find, and you can find just about anything in there. Now, the reason why I'm putting Orlando over California, even though I just said California has just about everything, Orlando has not just everything. They have things that you wouldn't even have thought of. Like, okay, cool, you normally go there to get some candy, get some shirts, get some hats, some sweaters, some Mickey ears, like stuff like that. In Orlando, it's different. You have all that stuff too, but it's kind of like you get like more house stuff, you got like rugs, you got like plates, kitchenware, home decor, like it's a lot. And not only that, they even have specific stores themed to holidays. So there's one store that's Christmas and it's there all year long. And that's at the main park. So pretty cool, pretty nice. That's how I have it. Okay, next category, castle sizes. Here we go. People have been asking about this, castle size. What can you do in the fireworks? So, number 6, Hong Kong. Sorry, putting them in last place once again. And there is nothing to do inside. Number 5, California. I know, I hate to put them so low, but it is what it is. It's also the Sleeping Beauty castle, looks a little bit different. It's always very colorful, you could walk through it. So they have a couple things, you know, you get pretty close to it too, so it's nice that you can do some of it. And I like how they're always like making it like colorful and everything, but sometimes it looks a little too cartoonish. Is that the thing? Too cartoonish? Too fake? I don't know. I want to see a castle. Give me a good castle. Number 4, Cinderella, Paris. This is Paris. So that's Cinderella's castle. It looks cool, but I feel like something is lacking. Like, it's just, I don't know, like the closer you get to it, it's just like, it's like, okay, this is kind of neat. The only really cool thing that they have though is that you can see a dragon. You can go underneath a castle and see a dragon under the castle. Is it Maleficent? So that's the only thing that it's like, you know what, if they added some more stuff in there, maybe like I don't know, just some more stuff, I think it would be better. But lots of people actually have this castle ranked higher because you can actually see snowfall. This is the only castle in the world where it's located in a place that it can get some snow. For me, I wish it was bigger. Like, give me a bigger castle. It just, I don't know, it's cool. You have the gimmick of the dragon on the bottom. Give me a bigger castle. Okay, number 3, the Tokyo. The Cinderella castle there looks amazing as you walk in. They did add some extra things that you can see, like Cinderella glass slipper, but the covered main street, how it's like domed in and all the shops are in there, it kind of takes away of how massive this thing really is. So that's the only castle when you do walk in there that you're just like, where's the castle? It's like, oh, you gotta walk through this. Oh, there it is. Dang, that's far away. Okay, let me get a little bit closer. There's no real wow to it, so it's kind of like, give me more wow. Number 2, Orlando. Castle is also Cinderella's. I feel like this is a really great looking castle. The closer you get, the bigger it gets. They do have a room you can stay in, the Cinderella suite, a restaurant, also a gift shop. That castle just looks really amazing. It's very clean, it just looks great. Like the castle's like, wow, this looks like a castle, you know? And I think it's really cool that you can actually stay in there. Okay, number 1, Shanghai. It's the biggest castle. This isn't home to any specific princess, it's just huge. They do have a restaurant in their gift shop. You can walk inside, see Snow White's story. It looks the same from every angle, which is okay, but the fireworks show they have is incredible. Since it is so big, they can project so much stuff on this thing and change the feel of this castle, which is nuts. I'm like, I loved Shanghai's castle. So, okay, where does that leave us when it comes to the rankings based on all this criteria? Okay, so number 6, I think you guys pretty much guessed it. Hong Kong. Hong Kong, I do have ranked at the bottom. They, with the scoring that I put them down at, you know, their scoring is pretty low, and as we're going through the rankings, you can see it's pretty low anyway. They do have that Mystic Banner, which is great. They are building that Frozen. There's a lot of stuff that they're doing. So even though it's still ranked on the bottom, and once they start adding more stuff, it might get bumped up, but they do need to add more stuff to it. I don't think they're gonna be able to raise that castle a little bit more, but it's still it's a really good park. I had a great time at Hong Kong. Paris, I have them ranked as number 5. They do have the Studios Marvel campus. The drones for the fireworks is amazing, but the biggest thing for them is they had so much construction going on. They just had so much construction that it was like man, like I want to see more. And I know they're building a lot more stuff to it, so I know it's gonna get better. So that's kind of where I ranked that park. Number 4, Shanghai. It's the newest park out of all of them. They are expanding. It is huge. Their land is massive. They have so much they can do. They just opened up a new land, Zootopia. Pirates is amazing. Tron's amazing. I think once they start adding some more rides to there and they start like just making it more complete, I think this park is gonna come up. It's just one massive park right now, so I kind of hope they kind of would divide it a little bit better, but I was able to do everything in a day. I was lucky that it wasn't packed, so I keep hearing stories that it gets pretty packed. All right, number 3, Tokyo. Tokyo I love because they have the Disney Sea. That area is great. They have a lot of original rides. Disney Sea, the 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea or 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride is great. Journey to the Center of the Earth is cool. They do have a lot of really cool, unique stuff there. And they also have in the original park, the Disneyland park, they have the Beauty and the Beast ride, which is pretty good. Reason why I got them as ranked number 3 is a lot of the stuff seems like almost like a copy paste. Disney Sea is a lot of original stuff. They do have a couple copy-paste stuff in there with just changed themes. I just would like to see more originality. It's still a great park. You know, I have them ranked pretty high, number 3, so it's great. Number 2, based on, again, our scorings and everything of the categories, I do have California ranked as number 2. I know a lot of the stuff is we're comparing to them. They have a lot of stuff. For being such a small little area, they have tons of rides. And it's, if you don't have the Genie Plus or Genie Pass or Genie whatever it's called, that Fast Pass thing that you have to pay, it's really hard to do all the rides at that one park. You literally need like 2 days at the main park. California Adventures, they do have that second park. You could do that in 1 day easily. And they do have alcohol over there. I feel that they always do a lot of test runs with the California one. So we get to see a lot of stuff firsthand, which is great. I do wish they had more land to expand stuff. I do wish they would start updating more stuff within the original rides, which it seems like they're starting to do slowly. But based on our rankings, that's where I have them. So you probably guessed number 1, Orlando. 4 parks, 2 water parks, tons of original rides, tons of the classic rides, tons of merch, food options, alcohol. They have, like, Epcot's like one of my favorite places because you could try food from around the world. Some of the food is not always the best, but the feel that you get, that you're like, oh, I'm in Italy now, or I'm in Japan now. It was great. I was able to go walk into the Japan and get some sushi, and I was just saying some basic Japanese words, and they're from Japan, so they were like very appreciative. It's great. I have a great experience every time I come to Orlando. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I try to get you guys here all the latest and greatest news. And let me know if you think I should move one park up, one park down. Where would you rank the parks that you've been in? Maybe you haven't been to all 6 of them, but where do you rank the locations of these parks? So if you think California's better than Orlando, let me know in the comment section below. If you think Tokyo's better than Orlando and California is maybe ranked number 3, again, in the comment section below, write it down. I would love to hear your guys' opinions. So yeah, I know this is a long video, and I hope I got a lot of information here for you guys. Just tons of stuff here with all the Disney parks around the world. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, you guys take care of each other. See you guys in the next one.